This is it, the new Lyndon Whalen Sol Kendamas Pro Mod. One that takes Lyndon out of his first edition of the flannel shell Pro Mod into what it is now, a more grown, mature, and faithful representation of who Lyndon is. Welcome to DAMA Check. It's been a while, so hopefully you're excited for this one. I'm your host, MJ of KENDERTAINMENT, and today we're going to look into the Lyndon Whalen Pro Mod from Sol Kendamas. Let's check out the stats. 62mm full beach tama on a maple can with a thin purple heart stripe in the sarado, adding for that little bit amount of extra weight in the sarado to keep those lunars honed. This is coming to you in the 2-up shape, available in the OG Sticky and the new Anti-Skid Matte Clear, which is the one I have here. Just like Lyndon's last Pro model, this will be coming with a pre-superglued spike on every can. So no more searching for extra super glue, or if you're someone who doesn't super glue your spike like me, it's a great chance to see what the rave is all about, gluing a spike. There's a few extra cool things about this, so let's start off with the box, because I'm a guy who really likes the aesthetic and the production that goes into just the packaging. I really dig all the embossment that is happening around this packaging with a nice pearlized like sheen to the box itself. Really goes great with the purple. One of my favorite parts of this is utilizing that little feel here, touch here, hole in the plastic that a lot of the boxes come with nowadays, and adding those triangles around it to create the Sol logo. Very fun touch. If you remember the last logo mark of Lyndon Whalen, it was the L and the W. Creating his initials, but this time we see a dog/whale creature. This logo comes from a nickname that two OG Sol pros, Will and Evan, gave Lyndon back in the day. Just like a dog, Lyndon was very hungry for competition and just being a part of the Kendama team. So here there's some roots about Lyndon Whalen, how he started off playing Kendama and put together in a logo that is really present within this Kendama. On the back of the packaging, there is a little quote: "In life you will have ups and downs. Keep your head high and your feet on the ground. Like a monstrous ocean, life will be unsteady. But fear nothing and keep your Kendama ready." It looks like there's a biblical reference to a possible quote, Isaiah 40:31, and that can also be found on the underside of the sarado on the small cup. "But those who hope in the Lord will renew their strength. They will soar on wings like eagles. They will run and not grow weary. They will walk and not be faint." And if we check out the packaging and look closely at the very bottom of the back, there are 4 kanji that you can see. The first kanji meaning strong, the second one meaning wing, the third one meaning run, and the last one meaning walk. So we see how this directly correlates to this biblical quote. So let's pop her open. There's a bunch of secret things within this Kendama that I'm going to share with all of you. But first, the overall design of the Kendama is pretty solid. Focusing on purple with a nice fade from white to purple, adding a center line within the tama with the design of these feathers. There's a little L for the Grande squad right in the bevel, representing that squad that Lyndon is a part of. And we see a good amount of the beechwood popping through right at the bottom, adding for that extra tracking. One thing I really like about this tama design is the tracking at the top. A lot of the designs that I see on tamas will take the main color of the tama and bring it right on the top. In this case, it would have been purple, which is a pretty dark color. And the bevel is pretty dark in nature. So personally, I always thought that would be kind of confusing to see 2 black dots flying around. It's like you want one to be dark and the other not to be dark. So that was my initial thought. But then when I was playing this, doing some juggles and tossing it around, I noticed that actually that gold on top is pretty similar to the natural beech wood color. The Kendama I have, I really enjoy the lunar balance on. It is very solid on the small cup as well. And for all you jugglers out there, the string length is just about 9 fingers. And here's probably the most interesting thing about this: adding all of these extra grooves around the base cup edge. As you can obviously guess, this is really going to help you lock in those handle stalls, where it does work extremely well and it keeps you from licking that bevel. My concern is how long it's going to last. I was playing this a little bit out on the grass and the can hit the ground. When it hit the ground, it picked up some dirt. For me, I really like the aesthetic and cleanliness of Kendamas. It's a part of the collector in me that wants to admire it as beautiful as it is out of the box. But there's something about it for me that makes me want to keep it clean, so this is something that adds to the dirtiness. Or maybe I should just play off the grass. Now this is actually my first 2-up shape, and actually I've never really played a 1-up shape. So a lot of people have heard in the past in Japan talking about how this is a little too big for their hands. I'm a pretty tiny dude and my hands, I believe, are not that big, but I don't feel like this Ken is overly sized. Flips and juggles feel good, and it still rotates. Let's do my gunslinger test. Alright, pops out. I get one solid sling. And then pops off. Overall, a very solid new pro mod for Lyndon Whalen. I'm not much of a plaid guy, so this one is more of my liking. Now on to some of the secrets and fun stuff that you get when you pick up this mod. Of course, as we talked about, there's these grooves on the base cup here to really help you lock in those handle stalls, but there's something extra that you can see within the packaging, or should I say the sticker pack. A single sheet with different logos that we see within the Kendama, miniatures of the Kendama, a nice detail feather, L for Grande Squad, and 2 little strips with the letter L, and text for under the Sarado. If you've been playing Kendama for a while, you might have noticed some loose cups. There's a few different ways to go around this to keep those cups solid and in place, and it looks like Sol or Lyndon decided to give you some stickers right here that are meant to help those cups stay in place. So let's try this out, right? This is a pretty solid sticker and actually seems a little bit too long. If I tried to add this in here with the string already attached, I noticed that, ooh, it seems like it's gonna cover up the string, so that's gonna add extra, even more beefiness. See what we're working with? Okay, let's see if we pull this guy through now. All right, and there you have it. Your spike now is pretty tiny, and we see the string hole popping through here. So it might not be the best idea to put the sticker in right when it comes out of the box. And the final little secretive thing about this mod. In the past flannel mod for Lyndon, we saw that his initials were found in the logo LW. And in this case, where that logo was before, we have now a Whaledog. But if you remember it, on the inside of the bevel, we have a Grande L connecting to his first name, Lyndon. But you might be asking yourself, where's the W? If you get your Sherlock Holmes hat and put that on, you might have seen something interesting about this top tracking dot. The border around this geometrically designed sun is a few lines and a dot. Now within this whole mod, there's a lot of secret hidden messages. The biblical reference, connecting to the kanji on the back of the box. The main design detail that we see a lot on the box and around this Tama design being the feathers. And now the secret message of Morse code. Dot, line is W. L in the bevel for Lyndon, and rolling around to the top of the Tama design, the W in Morse code. Hey, that's it for this DAMA check on the Lyndon Whalen Pro Mod from Sol Kendamas. Always the coolest thing about any of these Pro Mods that companies do is that portion of the sales go directly to the pro. So not only are you supporting a brand, but you are also supporting the players. Hey again, thanks for hanging out with me on this one. It was great to be back in this seat and do a little unboxing of a Kendama, which I haven't done in a while, but hey, maybe there's a few more under this desk that I can dust off and bring to you. So make sure to subscribe to KENDERTAINMENT to see when that happens. And hey, if you want to support me even more, hit that like button, leave a comment, and go far and beyond and jump on that Patreon and support future endeavors and future videos that will be coming to this channel. Thanks, keep it clean.